So, football is currently in the stupid international break, and I'm very annoyed at that. But it's allowed me to take the time to sit down and absolutely panic about next season because um, I read this morning about how Andreas Christensen is setting some bigger demands for his new contract at Chelsea because it's set to expire. And I thought accompany that with Rudiger also having his contract expire. I'm like, oh, we're screwed. We're losing two centre backs. I just wanted to say like, oh, who else is out of contract? You've got Saul at the end of his loan, which I mean I already knew that. Thiago Silva and Aspi are all out of contract. Four of our centre backs, four starting centre backs, are all out of contract at the end of the season. And I'm gonna be honest, I can see a world where one, maybe two of them stay. I'm terrified. I think Aspi's. I don't expect him to walk away. He better not. I'm going to do nothing if he does, but I'm going to be very disappointed because he's our captain. We we need our captain. So I'm pretty confident Aspi will stay. Thiago Silva's Thiago Silva's one that like he's 38 I think now or whatever, and I mean he has had a few oops, a few injury problems to start the season and back end of last season. But when he plays, he's still one of the best centre backs in the world. In the world. So it's like he's still capable of playing top European football. But it looks like he's going back to Brazil. He's settling down and easing off back in Brazil, which I think this is one where, if I'm being honest, that's the one that I'm most hopeful about because he still can, but we could be losing out on Thiago Silva there. But I think when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, at least from my point of view, I thought Thiago Silva was a very good centre back a few years ago when he signed from PSG for the free, and it was like, that's interesting. It's probably not going to do too much. He's going to provide that locker room veteran experience, all of that. But he exceeded my expectations greatly. Won us the Champions League, and it's shown why he's still one of the best in the world. So, I mean, he's overachieved at Chelsea in my eyes. So if he leaves, very sad, but we're okay. We're okay on the heartstrings of that one. Rudiger, this one I think is, especially with the like proper evaluations of where they're at currently, like a couple of days ago. We're losing Antonio Rudiger, one of the best centre backs in the league. We're losing him. That's a bit of pill to swallow. I'm sad about that one. If I'm being honest, the person I'm most sad about, the side is for Chelsea. I don't understand why you have a centre back who's been absolutely amazing in this back three, and you're not paying him more money. Like, I remember hearing in an interview from Rudiger a while ago, so it's understandable from his eyes because he said like, look, I know this is going to be my last big contract that I'll ever get for the rest of my life. So I want to get my maximum value and set myself up for life and my family and all that. So people can go, oh, you just want more money. Yeah. I understand that. I'm completely fine with that side of it. But Chelsea, just pay him. Just pay him. It's going to be a lot cheaper and a lot more beneficial because it's a low risk, high reward kind of thing, because you could go out and buy De Ligt. Let's go with that. You can buy De Ligt. It's going to cost you a lot, and there's a risk of will he be good in our system, and will he be good in this league at Chelsea? It's a risk. With Rudiger, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get one of the best centre backs in the league, because that's what he's given you. Pay him. But yeah, well, is it Antonio Rudiger? And final one, which I thought was going to be a lot better, was Christensen. I expected him to stay at Chelsea. I really did. And, I mean, it's only reports, so there's still a chance, but he wants his money as well. And, yeah. It's not great. It's not great. It's very scary because, I mean, Chelsea have one of the best defensive. Chelsea has one of the best defenses in Europe right now. We're incredible. And whilst a lot of it goes down to the system and kind of domination of play that we've brought under Thomas Tuchel, the personnel, we have amazing centre backs. We have Cesar Azpilicueta, we have Thiago Silva, we have Antonio Rudiger, we have Andreas Christensen, and they're all leaving. They're all leaving. It's disappointing. It's not even disappointing. It's scary, if I'm being honest. More scary because, I mean, it can turn into a blessing in disguise because I think it allows Trevor Chalobah to come through, and I mean he just recently signed a long-term contract. So I mean, it shows Chelsea's intent of hey we can pay big bucks for Rudiger and Christensen, or we could just believe in a cheaper source of our young gun of Chalobah, which I mean, I'm happy about because I love Chalobah. An academy player, you have to love him, but he is just amazing. So I think it'll be good because then he gets to be brought through. But let's just say, in the perfect world, that we keep. Let's go in the realistic world then, actually, that we just keep Cesar Azpilicueta. It means our backline would pretty much have to be Chalobah, Cesar Azpilicueta, and Malang Sarr. That's not a Champions League even contending team. That's not even contending backline. Malang Sarr played very well, but he ain't no Antonio Rudiger. He ain't no Andreas Christensen. He ain't no Thiago Silva. Trevor Chalobah, I think, can become like them. He's not there yet, but he can definitely become one of them. But I mean, if that realistic world happens where we lose 3 of them, I mean it means we get Koundé. Jules Koundé? I don't know. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a very naive, I guess, football fan I've never really watched Koundé play much. I haven't watched him play on a consistent basis. I've watched I think maybe 2 games that he's played before, and then some highlights as well, but he looks good. He's good on FIFA. He has good potential. Should be good for us. So I mean, if we get him, then our backline would look really good for the future. But it's still a lot of risk, and I really would have preferred for Chelsea have gone. Screw the risk of maybe it could be better. Just pay what we have that's working so well. Just pay them a little bit more, and we're set for the foreseeable future. But no, they're going, let's go a little bit cheaper and a little more risk. So, yeah, scary hours. Scary hours for Chelsea.